everybody, and welcome once again to the Tattoo Sisterhood Revolution virtual interview series. I'm your host, Shelly Dax, and our guest speaker today is visual and tattoo artist, Aleksandra Stojanoska. But before we chat with Aleksandra, for those who are new to the interview series today, I've created this event to provide an inclusive and safe space for people of diverse backgrounds to discuss their journey to the art of tattooing. Hopefully, these kernels of wisdom will inspire and excite you, as well as help you create your own radiant tattoo career. We are all here to encourage and support you lady tattoo beginners in this traditionally male-dominated industry. Now, let me share a little bit about our guest today. Aleksandra Stojanoska is a visual and a tattoo artist. Born in Macedonia, she graduated in the College of Fine Arts. Upon graduation, she moved to America to further develop her skill set. Her favorite medium is watercolors because it talks back to her. She works at Iris Tattoo Miami with an amazing group of people who fuel her imagination and creativity. Creating custom, one-of-a-kind tattoos is her priority, so being in this environment allows her to give the best to her clients. The tattoo process at Iris is such a pleasant, enjoyable experience for both the okay. See?
Yeah.
Messed up already. Let's just go back. I'm going to start that over. You know, as I was going through it, I was thinking, oh, am I pronouncing her name correctly? Is it Stojanoska?
It's okay. It's okay. You can pronounce it like that. It's Stojanoska, but it's okay.
Oh, Stojanoska. I got to say it right. I'm glad I stopped.
Okay. It's okay. Like if you...
Stojanoska.
Yeah. It's like, imagine if there is a Y instead of the J.
Right. Stojanoska.
Yeah.
Stojanoska. Oh, it's so cool. Sounds awesome. And Aleksandra is correct, right?
Yes. That's
okay.
Correct.
And then let me go back down here because obviously I stumbled over a couple things. Blah, 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 blah. Iris, where was I? Creativity, custom. The tattoo process at Iris. Okay, that's cool. And okay, I think I got the rest of it. Okay, Macedonia is how you say that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Talks back. All right, I'm gonna try that all again. All right, here we go. Hi, and welcome again to the Tattoo Sisterhood Revolution virtual interview series. I'm your host, Shelly Dax, and our guest speaker today is visual and tattoo artist Aleksandra Stojanoska. But before we chat with Aleksandra, for those who are new to the interview series today, I've created this event to provide an inclusive and safe space for people of diverse backgrounds to discuss their journey to the art of tattooing. Hopefully, these kernels of wisdom will inspire and excite you, as well as help you create your own radiant tattoo career. We're all here to encourage and support you lady tattoo beginners in this traditionally male-dominated industry. Now, let me share a little bit about our guest today. Aleksandra Stojanoska is a visual and a tattoo artist born in Macedonia. She graduated in the College of Fine Arts. Upon graduation, she moved to America to further develop her skill set. Her favorite medium is watercolors because she says they talk back to her. She works at Iris Tattoo in Miami with an amazing group of people who fuel her imagination and creativity. Creating custom, one-of-a-kind tattoos is her priority, so being in this environment allows her to give the best of her to her clients. The tattoo process at Iris is such a pleasant, enjoyable experience for both the artist and the client. Storytelling with no words fascinates her, and her style keeps evolving every time she creates a new piece. Welcome, Aleksandra. All of that sounds so amazing. I love it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Storytelling with no words. That's just great. That hits you. That's good. All right, well, let's start out by, I'm going to ask you first how you became interested in tattooing.
Okay, so I graduated College of Fine Arts back in Macedonia, and I moved here, and I was like, okay, now what? What's gonna happen? It was a great 4-year experience, but now it's the real world. What am I gonna do? And I moved to Miami, and I saw that there's a lot of tattoo shops, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to learn how to do tattoos, because it's like another branch of the art world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, instead of using a brush or a pencil, you're using needle and a machine, but you're still designing, creating, but it's not on a canvas. It's on someone's skin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started.
Well, did you meet people? Did you get tattooed yourself, or what was it that inspired you?
No, not really. I didn't have any tattoos till recently. I was always interested in body modification, and having if somebody has an artwork, to your artwork, it's gonna go see the world. It's not just gonna be hanging on the wall. Right. It's just gonna travel everywhere. So I think that's really cool. And I didn't know anyone. I was just asking questions in a lot of tattoo shops about apprenticeship and how can I start this. Yeah. And it was a tough process.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How many years ago was that you were kind of wandering around trying to figure out what to do?
Yes, it was. Yes, exactly. It was probably about 5.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going from one tattoo shop to another and just asking questions, showing everybody's my portfolio. And to be honest, nobody really cared. Nobody was interested. And it was I didn't know what to do. And finally, one of the tattoo shops, the owner called me back, and he said that I can go over there. I was super happy, expecting it's going to be amazing and I'm going to learn so much. And, I was just happy to be in a tattoo shop. And the whole experience was I was just happy to be there. But now when I remember what was actually happening, it was not really a good thing, because I didn't really had a mentor.
Yeah.
Nobody, I was basically just asking questions, working in the tattoo shop, in the front desk, and just setting up stations, helping everybody. But nobody really taught me. I was basically just teaching myself from asking them. Yes.
And I've heard that story from so many people.
Yes. I just wish it's more I feel that it can be done if it's done the right way. The apprenticeship, it can be great experiences. It can be awesome if you have a good mentor.
Yeah. So how long were you at that shop?
I was there for maybe 1.5 years, something like that. So I started tattooing there, little symbols, little names. It was very nerve-wracking because nobody was really next to me to really tell me what to do, what not to do, and it was really scary. I'm happy that I had a lot of friends that they would let me do tattoos on them and practice. I don't know how they did it, but I'm thankful. Yes,
that's what a lot of people say too. Is oh, thank goodness my friends were willing to be guinea pigs.
Exactly. Yes. So I
what
thought
was the? Go ahead.
I thought that's how it's supposed to be. I thought that's how. But now, after 5 years, looking back, I don't think so. I don't think that's that's not supposed to be that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely changing for sure, and people are becoming more and more aware. But and that's one of the reasons for this whole interview series is for the hopeful people and the newcomers and novices to realize you don't have to go through and suffer. And
yes,
there is some choices out there, and there are a lot more amazing artists who are willing to teach. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, that's good. What was the atmosphere like for you there? Were there women tattooers or what?
No, actually, I'm pretty sure I was the only girl over there for quite some time, and it was very disorganized. There was no schedule. There was no People were staying late. There was a lot of drunk people coming in and out, a lot of loud music, and like
Oh gosh.
many times I was asking myself, like, did I make the wrong career
Oh
choice? I was
geez.
like,
Yeah.
what is it? Is this how it's gonna be forever? This is how it's gonna be in every tattoo shop? And I was wrong, in the place
Yeah.
where I'm right now. It's amazing, but that was pretty stressful and pretty like I wanted to be focused on the artwork and I
Yeah.
wanted to create something new every day. And over there, it was very like fast tattoos, very just the money,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So tell me
So
how in the, once you said you were there for a year and a half, what
mhm.
what helped you get out of that situation?
Well, eventually, like I got over the whole atmosphere, and I was like, I'm gonna look for a job somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to another tattoo shop, which was a little bit better, but it became worse over time too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was kind of the same thing. Like the thing that was bothering me in both places was the fact that they were not taking anything serious. Like there was no discipline there. Like
Mm-hmm.
every tattoo artist can be late. Like there was no a lot of clients were like all over the place. Like there was no like a structure. Maybe that's
Right.
what I was missing. I was missing the structure. So yeah,
I'm
I
sure
left.
coming from fine arts school to that would have been very
Yes,
challenging.
yes, exactly. I was like, I want to do like artwork, like real artwork, not just small little fast tattoos like on
Right.
drunk people, Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
But
of
it's
course, and
yeah.
and then you must have been also at the same time noticing there were other artists in the tattoo world that were doing amazing works of art, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And I was always curious. Like I was curious to know the tattoo shops where they work at. Like I was certain that those tattoo shops weren't the same like
Yeah.
tattoo shop where I was working at. So yes, yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel also like the fact that you were there for a year and a half and you were, cleaning and setting up stations, do you
Yeah.
feel like you were almost like used for your work?
Yes, like I would think like there was no also I was paying the shop by the way
Oh,
doing all that.
okay.
Which is crazy, okay.
So it wasn't like
It
you said, it
was
wasn't organized. It
it
wasn't a
wasn't
real true
no,
educational
no,
experience.
exactly. No, I don't mind paying and setting up stations and helping the all of the artists as long as I get any type of knowledge in your return. Like
Yeah.
for example, nobody ever sat with me on the table and taught me how to properly set up, break down, do a line, tune the machine and all that stuff. Like like just
Yeah.
the little bits and pieces. I don't even remember one one day that happened. Like
Oh, no.
yes, it
Gosh.
was crazy. Like I taught myself everything I know. I was like just from observing, asking questions, and just YouTube videos, to be honest.
Oh, goodness. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I've heard that so much where people are saying, yes, I
Mm-hmm.
did an apprenticeship, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really do anything and I taught myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
frustration. So the next place that you worked, was there more people who were willing
Um,
to sit down with you?
no, because I already gained some experience, so I was already tattooing. Nothing really crazy, nothing like artwork, but I was happy to have a job as a tattoo artist.
Uh-huh.
So I stayed at the next shop for maybe like a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that I found Iris. I work there right now, and I'm really happy. Like I'm very happy, and I think that every tattoo shop should be operated like Iris. Like
Well,
yes,
tell me what's good about
yeah.
Iris. Give me the
Well,
details.
it's very it's very organized. Everybody knows their job and their responsibility. There is team that is only responsible for answering emails. There are
Right.
people in the
Cool.
front desk. There are people just for taking photographs. There's people that are editing videos, and it's like a whole team that works together like very respectfully. And
Oh, I love that.
yes, and majority of the team are women, which I think it's very
Nice.
rare. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. So I feel that everybody is responsible for their own task, and that's how like the business is flourishing, and we're all happy there. We all can focus in our own styles, and yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, that's good. So
Hmm.
flourishing and working on your own styles.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is so neat to hear that. I love that
Mm.
you found, something that fit well
Yes,
with you.
yes, yes. It's amazing.
And I
Hmm.
think that a lot of the other speakers, one of the things they've encouraged for newcomers in the audience is if something doesn't feel right where you're at, then definitely continue to look for something that feels better.
Oh yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
So, well, I'm really glad you found that. And now
Mhm.
what kind of style do you actually, I think you, yeah, I noticed on your Instagram, you have a lot of watercolor
Mhm.
stuff and sort of
Mhm.
abstract. I
Mhm.
love that. Is that what you like to
Mhm.
do?
Yes, I love color in general. I think that artwork with color is just so much more interesting.
Mhm.
Nothing disrespectful towards like black and gray work, like
Sure.
respect, but it's just so much more interesting. It's a little bit more fun and a little bit more like I feel that you can create so much more with color,
Mhm.
and it's a little bit more difficult, which I like. I always like the challenge, and you always kind of have to adjust the tones towards like the person's skin complexion. You can't just
Mhm.
use like the same colors for everybody,
Right.
so it's a little bit like thought behind that too. It's a process. Yeah.
How did you learn about color? How did you learn about how to put things together?
Well, I learned color theory back in college,
Mhm.
but on skin, it's something completely different,
Yeah.
and it just yeah, it's completely different. But all comes with experience, I guess. All comes with experience, and you just have to try. You just have to try how something is gonna look, and then you will know. Like that's how I started. I started uh, trying, and then sometimes some of the inks are not going to heal good on certain skin, and that's how you know not to do it again.
Yeah. You just
Yeah, it's
practice, practice, right?
yeah, no, it's that's it. Yeah.
Oh, good. So what do you think propelled you forward the most? What kind of like technique or skill did you learn that really propelled
Mm.
your art forward?
What do you mean?
Like
Like
learning like how to do lines or color or the machine or needles or what was it that really helped your art get a lot better?
Um, well, I don't know. Probably I love watercolor on paper a lot.
Yeah.
So I was always trying to imitate the watercolor on skin. So that was always like a challenge for me, and that's why I like it a lot. And then just the blending, I love the experimenting and
Yeah.
freestyle. Like I love that. Like I love when a client is gonna allow me do freehand on their skin, or experiment with some colors that they weren't on the design on the iPad, and I love that.
Yeah,
Like
that is
when,
neat.
yeah, yeah.
Having clients trust you is a
Mm,
big deal, right?
exactly. Oh my God. Yes.
Why do you think clients decide to work with you?
Well, I think that my style is very diverse. I still I tend to hop in. Like sometimes my tattoos look very abstract, and sometimes they
Mhm.
look really neat and like detailed, and like I don't think that I have specific style defined, which like I thought that that's a problem few years ago, but as I go I think that that's like a plus, because I can
Yeah.
kind of morph towards a client's ideas. Like if somebody wants something more abstract, I can do abstract. I can do flowers, I can do portraits, I can do so many things, but everything in color, and everything has that like my touch to it,
Yeah.
but nothing is like the same,
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're expansive. I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So one of the other speakers that I talked to were talking about
Mm-hmm.
different skin tones, and
Mm-hmm.
that if you use toned paper and then you do watercolor on toned paper, then you get a
Mm-hmm.
chance to see what things look like on a
Mm-hmm.
variety of different skin tones, which I thought was a
Yes.
very good tip, right?
Yes, that is very, very cool,
Yeah,
because sometimes you want to show the client that some things are not possible on certain skin complexions, and they don't understand you, or they consider it as something offensive, but it's
right.
not. It's just reality.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
and it was neat because she was saying that watercolors, because they're, you know, they're more similar in the way they look after you've painted with them, kind of as to
Mm,
how tattoos are going to heal. That
yeah.
made a lot of sense to me too. I was like, what a great
Hmm.
tip. I'm going to start doing
Yes,
that too.
yes.
Because color, I mean, obviously color has so many little tricks in its own, just each different individual color
Hmm.
heals differently and acts differently
Yes,
in the skin. And
yes, yes.
yeah, so experimentation is a good thing.
Hmm.
What do you think the best piece of advice you've ever been given regarding tattooing?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. I don't know. To just regarding that, I don't know. Probably patience. And just when I started tattooing, there were many times that I just wanted to give up, and because it was very nerve wracking, it was very stressful,
Yeah.
and but it takes a long time. It takes a long time if somebody wants to learn. It takes a long time for you to be really comfortable with the machine on the skin. I feel it's going to take you can't just learn something in few weeks or 2 months. No
Hmm.
way. Like, for you to get comfortable with the skin and the machine takes a long time. And
Mm.
then the blending, the needles, the type of machines, there's so much more to it. And I feel that that's like patience. Just if you want it so bad, then be patient.
Be patient. Absolutely. Do
Yeah.
you think though that
Hmm.
if you had started out with someone like at Iris instead of the other places, that you might have made your, transition into being better and more comfortable a bit sooner?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably yes. Probably yes. Yes, probably. But now I kind of like that that I went through the bad stuff, that I
Hmm.
have the good now, and I,
Yeah.
I appreciate it more.
Yeah. You had the contrast, right?
Yes, exactly. I know what's bad, so I really appreciate where I'm right now.
So tell me, like, what was there any difficult or scary experiences with clients where you were in the middle of it kind of going, I don't know what to do?
Many times.
Oh, many. Okay.
Many times in the beginning, yeah, of course, many
Sure.
times, but you can't really show that,
Right.
you can't you can't really show that, and you can't let the client know that you're stressing out. But in
Uh-huh.
my mind, it's like, oh my
Yes.
god, oh my god, oh my god.
I know, it's so funny because it's in your mind and you're just kind of going, oh
Yes,
no, oh my God,
yes,
what am I
yes,
gonna
yes.
do? Yeah, no, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
I remember in the beginning
yeah,
walking away and feeling like crying a few
yeah,
times.
yes. But it's
So
okay. Yeah.
yeah, of
I,
course,
I
that's
I
all
feel
part
that,
of the beginning, right?
yes, but I feel that I've never had like very bad experience where somebody really complained or something. In the end,
Yeah,
everything was turning out okay. Yeah.
that's good. That's great.
Hmm.
So, can you share what you've noticed about women in the industry? Have you noticed anything? I
Um,
mean, obviously you had a tough beginning there.
yeah. I mean, yeah. The beginning was tough, and being the only female at that shop, it was very it was just I didn't talk much. I was just sitting in the corner, like doing
Mm,
my little tattoos, like taking walk-ins and just trying to like make any type of progress. And it just I don't know. I wish it was more. Sometimes I feel like they don't think that you're as talented as men can be.
mm.
It's always that part of like, oh, you're a woman, you can do what I can do. like,
Mm.
so, and but that's not true. I know so many women that are crazy talented, and they're amazing tattoo artists. Right now I work with, like, actually we're 7 artists at Iris, and 6 of us are women.
Oh,
So
nice. Wow.
yeah. Yes, it's amazing. So, like, the past 3 years, I don't know, it's been only really good, so I can't really tell um
That's neat though
something
that you're
bad. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, you're
yeah.
experiencing that. And I think a
Hmm.
lot of the people I have talked to are saying more and more they're starting to
Mm-hmm.
see situations that are better.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel that things are changing right now. I feel that in the past few years things has changed, and it's going to be much better.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do
Mm-hmm.
you think is the most common reason that people give up or like, fail in this industry? I wouldn't say fail, but give
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Just not. I feel that people want to be tattoo artists really fast. They like it's. I feel it's maybe if you're overly confident, you can fail. You have to take it easy and be humble, and just like baby steps, like little steps, and eventually one day it's gonna happen. But you have to practice, and you have to do a lot of little tattoos. You have to do a lot of tattoos that you don't really like doing in the beginning, but that's how you practice, and then eventually you try to create more designs that you would like to do, and to tattoo them on the skin. And it can take years, it's
Hmm. Did
yeah.
did
So
you
I
practice with fake skin and grapefruits and
yeah,
things like that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I did a lot of tattoos on, like, grapefruits and, like, fake skin, and yeah, nothing really feels the same like human skin.
Of
You can't,
course.
like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even close.
It's
But
so
it's
true.
okay. Yeah, right.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So what kind of are you following any current tattoo trends yourself or anything you're interested in learning?
Tattoo. Honestly, like, there was certain times that I've admired certain tattoo artists, and I try to, like, imitate what they do. But in the past, like, year or two, I've been only focusing on what, like, I can do, and I like doing things from scratch. Like, I
Yeah.
like doing things from scratch, and not to look any artist's work, not to look any pictures, kind of like try to design something on my own. And yeah.
Yeah. Do you use an iPad or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I use iPad and I use Procreate.
Hmm.
Like I feel all of us are using
Yeah,
the same
most people
program.
are doing
And
that now.
before the iPad, I used to paint every tattoo on a paper, like, with
Hmm.
watercolors.
Hmm.
And that was amazing, because in the end I was gonna give my little sketch to the client, like original artwork, and it was amazing experience. But it was very inconvenient. You
Yeah.
know how it's very inconvenient. Like, sometimes somebody is gonna want to make changes, and you can't really make changes because it's watercolor on paper. You can't
Yes.
really fix it. So it was a little bit more complicated. But I'm very happy that I've experienced that, and
Yeah.
then
Both.
the iPad after that. So
Yeah, because I
amazing.
do the same thing.
Hmm.
I pretty much always, draw a full color
Yeah.
rendering of my
Yes.
designs before I get in there.
Yes.
And you're right, if anybody wants to change something, I mean, the iPad has made that so
Oh
beautiful
my
and
God.
easy.
Yes, I love it. We can change it in like 2 seconds. You don't want red? You want blue color? I got you.
Here we go. Yes, I love that. What kind of tattoo equipment and ink are you using now, and why'd you make that choice?
Well, I use FK Irons
Hmm.
machine, and I really like them. They're a Miami-based company, and
Hmm.
I like to support. So I use their machine and their little, like, power supply, so it's wireless.
Oh,
And I
nice.
use, yeah, it's oh my God, it's amazing. And I use Eternal ink most of the time. Eternal, maybe
Yeah.
Intense. Yeah, they're just the best in the industry, and I feel that everybody knows that they have the best pigments and they heal great. So
Yeah, they do heal great, and
Yeah.
they do look
Mm-hmm.
very bright too.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yes.
is
Yes.
super nice, right?
Yeah.
Did
Mm-hmm.
you, so is the FK iron machine you're using a coil or a rotary?
No, it's a pen. It's a pen. It's a rotary.
So it's a
Yeah.
rotary. Did you
Yeah.
use coils to start?
Yes, yes, I use coils to start.
Yeah. And,
Yes,
and
it
your
was
thoughts on that?
it was no, it was great learning, and I feel that everybody should start on coil just to get the feel of the weight of the machine and how heavy it is, and then your wrist is gonna hurt, and it's yeah, you can't do as smooth blendings with coil machine. It's a completely like different story about that, but I feel it's a great learning experience, but I wouldn't tattoo with coil machine right now, having the pen,
Yeah, yeah.
like
I feel the
having the
same.
yeah,
Yeah.
having the pen and being wireless. Why would I go back to the
Why would you
coil
go
machine?
back? Isn't it
Exactly.
nice? So you're using disposable cartridges, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's so nice to have the option of switching needles out so
Oh my
quickly.
God, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it so much. And it's just gonna get better. I feel that as the technology progresses, everything is just gonna become better. I don't know what's next, what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be amazing.
It is. It's so nice
Yeah.
to be kind of at the cutting edge of so many different, I mean,
Mhm.
Procreate, iPads, Sanoderm, like all these things. It's just improving the whole situation so
Yes.
much, right?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. And I sometimes feel like my students, like the, that are coming in, I'm like, you're so lucky you don't have to deal with so many of these other things,
Yes. Yes.
right? Tattoos heal so much nicer now too.
Yes,
Great.
those machines are softer on the skin, and you can blend and you can do layers. Amazing.
Yeah, it's so nice. Do you
Mhm.
actually do you do multiple sessions on people to make sure that your, lines are crisp and your colors are
Mhm.
blended well and all that?
Depends on the piece, depends on the design. If it's something bigger and if it's more complicated, then yes, for sure. But if not, no. If it's not necessary, then no. I don't really do like big tattoos, so I feel that I can focus on the details and everything in just one session.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Hmm.
So who are some of the artists that have influenced you?
Um. Hmm.
Either
Well.
art,
Yeah.
painting, or tattooers either.
Yeah. There is a lot. I admire a lot of them are painters. I admire Laura Zombie.
Hmm.
Her name is Agnes Cecile,
Ah,
Jaw Cooper, and they're all like watercolor painters and illustrators. And from the tattoo artist, I really admire Ivana, tattoo art. She's also a guest to this podcast.
oh yeah, she is one of my
Uh-huh.
speakers.
Yeah, so I will she actually did a tattoo on me a few weeks ago, and I will be going there for a guest spot in LA like in
Oh, cool.
November.
Oh,
So it's
so rad.
amazing.
Oh my gosh, I love her. She is so fun.
It's amazing. So I'm so excited. This is a woman that I've been admiring for years,
Me
and
too.
now I'm gonna go like guest spot in her shop. It's amazing.
Ah, that's crazy. I
Yeah.
love it. So that just shows the audience, look how things can
Yeah.
change for people.
Yes.
Start out in a frustrated place and then
Yes.
you get to tattoo at one of your favorite tattooers shop. That's amazing.
Yes.
I love it. Cool. So, what is one unique or strange thing about you that people would never guess?
Ah. Oh my
Something
God.
different.
Oh wow. It's very difficult to talk about myself. Like I don't know. Uh,
Oh, just
um,
okay.
I don't know.
How about your
That
favorite
mhm.
food or your favorite beverage, or do you like to dance or, anything like that?
Yeah, yeah, I like dancing. I mean, unfortunately now we can't go dancing.
That's true at the moment.
um I like Guinness. I only drink dark
Oh,
beer.
nice.
Yeah,
Guinness,
when I say
fun.
this, people mostly are like, "Oh, you like Guinness?" Yeah, I like Guinness.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thank you so much for being
yeah.
here with me today, Alexandra. Is there anything else I should have asked you? Is there any bits of
Um,
advice you have for newbies coming in and hoping to get into this field?
Well, just like I said before, just be patient and just practice every day. Like not just drawing and painting and every single day. Just practice, practice, practice. That's it. And then eventually it's gonna happen. If you're passionate and disciplined, it's gonna happen.
Nice. Very good piece of
Mm-hmm.
advice.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
lot of people say the exact same thing. I think most
Yeah.
mothers tell their children the same thing.
Yes.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Yes, yes, that's
Awesome.
true.
So you have a little you're going to do like a little raffle for a free
Mm,
gift, and tell me about that.
yeah. So I have this little original, it's a watercolor collage that's mounted on a little wooden board and
Mhm.
resin. And it's original and it's part of, there are actually five pieces and I'm giving one away.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I don't know how that's
All
going to
right.
work, but
Okay. No.
yeah,
Well,
we're going
so
to do
what
it. Yeah.
what we're going to do is for the audience, if
Yeah.
you want to be a part of her little raffle for her original design, which is a beautiful gift, there'll be a button to click right next to her photo on the interview page. So that is how you will figure that out. And her social media links will be there too, so you can follow her if you'd like to and check out her artwork. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shelly. This was amazing.
Oh, good. All right. Well, we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
To our listeners, your next interview will be delivered to your inbox. And don't forget, you have access for a full 7 days after each interview is released to listen. I look forward to joining you in our next session. Until then, be feisty, stay kind, and get creative.